everybody, I'm Steve Morris Engines. Obviously you know that I got invited to go do the burnout competition and the Bristol 1000 with Cleetus and Cars. So I had to build that car, had to build the burnout car, and I told you I wasn't obviously using this car, obviously not going to use Pearl. I want to keep that all stock. So let me show you what I did. This is what we're calling splinter. Obviously, because all the wood, only part of the wood, the splinter. What I did is I borrowed this car from a buddy of ours, Dave, and he had this is a Toyota Starlet. He already had a small block Chevrolet in this with a Ford 9-inch in the back. It was already kind of a little bit of a drag car. So I said, sweet, man, that would be something really kind of cool. Even has a kind of a similar shape to the wagon, you know, being a hatchback like this. So I borrowed this engine from Aaron Jambor. So this little small block Chevrolet engine here, Aaron Jambor sent me the engine to rebuild and convert into a supercharged engine. Not this supercharged engine, a different supercharged engine. So I haven't even gone through it yet. And I said, hey, Aaron, would you mind if I borrow this engine and this is what I'm going to do with it? He goes, sure, man, go ahead. So then I borrowed the supercharger and the big ugly hat from Justin and Marianne Schaller. They're my they're my limited hydroplane boat customers. So this is the blower and the hat off of the limited hydroplane engine that we do. And so I decided, hey, I'm going to keep this thing simple. I don't want to put EFI in it. It's already got a pump. It's already got everything all set up. We can do this carbureted pretty darn easy. And so we did carburetor. And obviously we just put the big ugly hat on there because it's just big and cool. You can see all upright. Everything's sweet. I put one of my spare transmissions in the car. So it has a bulletproof 4,500, 5,000 horsepower proof transmission. So I got that in the car. Handbrake. I'm hoping all this works out right. So push forward makes the car turn left. Pull backwards makes the car turn right. So really cool, simple stuff. The car is pretty much all done. The engine was all done. Just been putting on linkages and headers and, you know, just getting everything all hooked up. It's pretty cool. We're going to put it on the dyno because I want to dyno it first and make sure that that's all good. Just get a real base tune up on it. Do not want to make lots of horsepower with it. It doesn't need lots of horsepower. All it would do is just sit there and do nothing. So not a point doing that. And we're going to set the rev limiter up a little low because I don't want to kill parts or want to kill anything. And Lord willing, we're not going to put it on its roof or do anything silly like that. So by the time you see this video, I've already done it. So stay tuned because, Lord willing, the burnout competition is right after this. But first, let me start this thing up for you. It's your typical blower motor. Stupid, crazy, cool. Obviously can't beat that. So we're gonna put this on the dyno. I'm gonna just make a couple of quick hits, make sure that everything's all good. Then we're gonna go sample this thing out in the parking lot and do burnout. Now I got it at a low RPM, so I'm trying to save it. And boy, she just jumps right up there. 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. Actually, sorry, so you gotta go backwards. Let's get rid of the incorrect one. All right, there, I got the correct one up there now. 738 horsepower and 875 foot-pounds of torque. So, and that is at, let me show you here. That is at 5,500 RPM. Actually, it's just a tick short right there. So actually, it's just kind of loading up the converter, but I wanted to try it having the rev limiter at 155, or I'm sorry, at 55 RPM and 5,500 RPM, and I think I might raise that up just a little bit up to that 6, but I feel real good about that. We'll take a look at spark plugs. I think the tune is looking pretty sweet. Everything's pretty good on this thing. It is ready to rock and roll. Brakes aren't hardly working at all.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so we gotta get the brakes working.
That's why you test.
That's why we test. Okay, so the burnout's fine. The brakes are not. So I mean, I'm on the brakes as hard as it would go, and so we're gonna need to fix that and figure out this whole brake issue, because it wouldn't have done us any good to use my hand brake or anything, because it was just going. It wasn't gonna do anything else. So we're gonna fix brakes here real quick. This place is awesome. Is this place not awesome? Just look at, and just as you're down here and you look at all the racers up there. I mean, you know, Wiki Johnson. I mean, anyways, that's all cool stuff. It's pretty impressive. And this whole big tower, or what is it? That's all like a jumbotron thing. That thing is massive. That must be, shoot, that must be like 75 foot by 75 foot, maybe 100 foot. That thing's huge, suspended up there in the air. Crazy. Well, we're gonna, you see me pulling down the, it doesn't look as bad from right here, but when you're in the motorhome and you're coming down that, it looks pretty steep. Well, it wasn't a big deal coming down. We'll make sure we got enough power to get up it. My old Pearl here has been damaged. Such a rough ride down here that it blew the bouncing, and it came up and bounced underneath the oh darn it, bounced underneath the lift and blew my glass out. I bet you that is not easy to get. So damage one done for the day already, and we haven't even started anything. All right. Glad to meet all you guys that you came by. It was a constant autographs and shaking hands and kissing babies and all that cool stuff. So I appreciate all of you guys. So now we gotta wait. That's right. Go Steve Morris. Adam Kelly right over there. We got 52 open class cars doing burnouts first. Then they're gonna do jumping a car off into some other cars. I'm not even sure what that is all about. So some kind of stunt crash show. And then I'm in the YouTube Rivals division, so we'll be after that. So we got 52 cars to go here. So we're gonna go sit in the shade of the Jumbotron. That was impressive, not gonna lie.
Or one more time. exciting for you guys. This will be Steve Morris in his first official Cleetus and Cars burnout contest. Let's see what he can do. Make some noise. Welcome in with open arms, folks, Steve Morris. Justin Garza have in common?
That barrier.
Let's hear it for Steve Morris. He put it all out there. Hey, Steve aren't the last event here. It happens all the time. Give it up again for Steve Morris, ladies and gentlemen.
Cannot see anything.
One of the most badass drag racing motors ever, Steve Morris. That was really, like, I've never seen a car accelerate so fast in a burnout path. That thing just wanted to hook. It didn't want to do a burnout. It said, why am I doing this? It looked like, Steve, it was only your How about this weather? It's pretty fire weather. What do you guys think? Tennessee just said, hey, we got burnouts to do. Let's make sure this weather is dialed in. Alright, so it's burnout rivals. Come on. Are you guys that tossed already? When I say JH,
you saw it. So I'm not gonna lie to you. It took off so freaking fast, and it was going wrong. It was going wrong. It totally threw me for a loop. I was totally out to lunch. I had this plan. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go in there. It's just gonna be so slow. I'm gonna handbrake. I'm gonna start turning it around. And the thing took off like a bad odd heck. And I don't even know, after that, I don't know what happened. It was just, I was grabbing brake and hitting throttle, and I couldn't see crap. I just going. So, I suck at this. But hey, it is what it is. So, Dave Gustman, I'm sorry. Obviously, we'll make it right. We'll figure it out. Aaron Jambor, thanks. Didn't even break the pulley off of the engine, so that's all good. Justin, Marianne Schaller, thanks for the blower stuff, because everything except the transmission and those carburetors belong to somebody else, basically. So everybody kind of helped me get this thing all going. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And tomorrow is the Bristol 1000. That's where I'm pumped up. That's regular racing. That is I don't even know. And I probably shouldn't have done it in that right away, because that turned into a holy handful fast.
Wagon looks good. Whee.
Well, you just saw us pull this old girl back in with Pearl. Pearl still runs like $1 million. This still actually runs like $1 million. It ain't driving nowhere though. Let me tell you something. Gonna let you go with this. We're gonna fix this thing. This is gonna end up being some kind of video build up too, because Dave Gussman is coming over. Turns out that it is his wife's car that he was building for his wife. So I gotta make this. He doesn't want to sell it. He wants to. We're just gonna make it better for him. So I'm gonna, if I borrow something happens, you always get back from me better than what you sent it to me as, period. That's just the way it always works. So we're gonna make something pretty cool out of this thing. But let me tell you, this car doing that burnout, all those guys, as I'm standing there and I'm watching all the guys do the burnouts ahead of me, and I'm thinking, wow, these guys are way better than I am. I have made literally one donut with this car and put it in a trailer and then drove down there, and I'm looking and seeing what they're doing, and I'm noticing it's like, wow, how are those guys seeing? I can't figure out how those guys are seeing anything, because you can't even see the car half the time. Well, let me tell you, this car and out there in my parking lot, this thing, you whack the throttle on this thing and it doesn't even move. I mean, it barely moves, unless there's no brake at all, which was like the first time. But there's all sorts of rubber on track, and the thing takes off like a freaking missile. It goes out there, but the car immediately fills up with smoke. That entire time, I did not see anything, and I mean anything. It is the most disorienting thing you have ever done in your life. All you're doing is you're feeling G's, and the thing's swinging around, and it's like just having your eyes closed on a roller coaster or something. It is just whoa, whoa, whoa. It's just all over the place. Can't see. There's all this sound going on. There's light. There's smoke. But can't see anything. It's crazy. So way more dicey doing that whole burnout competition. It is not easy to do that burnout like that. It's not just going out there and spinning around doing some donuts. You might try doing that, but if you want to be cool and you want to do it right, you're not going to do it that way. It is insane amount of chaos that you just can't believe. When I got into the Crown Vic, took me a few laps. That video, the Crown Vic and the big huge crash, probably the worst crash that you've, one of the worst crashes that Cleetus has seen in a Crown Vic. That'll be coming up in the next day or two. But once I got in the car, got a little handle on it, felt how the thing was going. It was like really nice and smooth and easy. Loved it. Really loved it. And then even all the way up to the big crash at the end. At the crash at the end, everything slowed down, like you always hear people talking about, and athletes and everything, even race cars. And I'm pretty used to that. It slowed down. It's like, oh, gonna hit the wall. It's gonna be okay. Car's safe. Smash! Windshield shatters, glass, the hood smashes up, everything starts folding up in your face. You slam forward. It's all like in slow motion, and slide down. Cars are hitting you, and you slide down into the apron, It's like, oh, all right, cool. I wonder if I can go get another car. Jump out of the car, run down, run down to the pit road to see if they can get me another car, because I was going to go back out and race. But this is mass chaos. This is dicey, like you cannot believe. This is upsetting. This whole car. Doing this and that burnout is a big deal. Going around racing at Bristol, putting the car in a non-race car, Crown Vic, into the corner, pretty much wide open throttle coming out, and cars all wiggling all over the place. Calm, no big deal. This thing's dicey. So just let you know that videos coming up. We're all back. The Crown Vic and racing videos coming up in the next couple days. We're gonna have some kind of video on what we're doing, making this car right for Dave Gussman. And I'm Steve Morris. Have a great day.